Hi guys, today I'll be doing a video about my packaging, what I usually include, and kind of the evolution of like how it came to be, the whole experience of like opening up a Kilig Ko package. I'll talk about how I first started. So it started tabling at One Down events. So One Down is a Filipino media company that I work for. And so I would just like have my stuff at the side. They would have like in-person events. And then it wasn't even like a real booth. The first time I did it, it was literally just like me printing out a bunch of like my art prints. I had stickers, like one ube sweater, and like, you know, I just wanted to get myself out there. I was so shy to even do it. I was like, oh, I don't know how to talk about myself. I don't even know what I'm building. But I've gotten more comfortable talking about like what Kilig Ko is. But it was just like the day of, I was like printing out price sheets and I was like, oh, $1 for like these art cards. So like the freebies that I usually give out, I don't know if I have any right now. Oh, here. So like, for example, the freebies that I give, all of my drawings, I just made that as like $1 because I was like, I don't even know if people will buy. Basically what I would do from those events is get pre-orders. So I would tell them to like DM me because at the time I didn't have like a website up yet. I didn't know what I was doing. So I was like, okay, DM me and I'll do custom orders. So that's actually how I started off at first, is just like, okay, doing custom orders because I really didn't know what was selling. And I just wanted to like, okay, here's, you know, the products, here's what I can do. I was really never ready for anything. I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna go for it and learn along the way. Even when I was like packaging it and everything, the way that it was like my mom actually has like these clear bags. So it literally just came in a plastic bag like this. And that's how I'd like package it. It really wasn't much. I just tried to like make it as cute as possible. So I got these cards on like Vistaprint, I think, or like, I don't know, somewhere, some like random site. I was like, oh, like business cards. They're just like the regular ones. If you have ever gotten one of like these OG ones, like I know that you're from like the very beginning when I was just starting. Cause like, yeah, fun fact, if you have these, there's actually a typo on these. That's why I was like, I just want to get rid of these as fast as possible because I'm embarrassed. At first, I didn't want to, you know, even explain here or like admit to these mistakes, but I think that's a part of like me learning through the entire process. So I'll even point it out. So Kilig, not everybody knows what this means, so that's why I put the description on the back of like, you know, the feeling of butterflies in your stomach usually when something romantic happens. It says when something romantic happened right there at the bottom. So I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I like didn't even double check that because they usually send like a proof, but I did not catch that. But like at least the front is fine. It says your daily reminder to be Kilig for yourself too because self-love isn't selfish. That's cute, but also it's like very long. So what I usually did was like I got this like, I don't know what it's called, but it's like one of those clothing pins guns. I'll like make a little hole. And obviously it's like, it's not the best because I have to literally like poke a hole through it. I should have used like a hole puncher, but I didn't have one. But yeah, so that was just like one thing that I did is like, okay, put it on. And then like I like snap it on like, and then you take it out and then boom, you have a little hang tag. So yeah, that's what went into my like original packaging when I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I do want it to be branded. But now I have recently created bags to be able to do this. So like it's simple. I'm still trying to figure out if I like the design, but it just is like made with love. OMG so Kilig, glowing, Lodi, OMG love, okay work, you look so good. So with just like different affirmations or things to make you feel kind of like loved, that like, you know, when you wear this, you do look good type of thing. But yeah, so this is actually like the new packaging that it comes in. So I'm just like testing these out. I do eventually want to, you know, test cooler bags that like, you know, if this had a handle on it so that when I use this in-person events, I could do that. Cause these are usually the ones that I ship out for online orders because in person, I do have pink bags, but they're not branded. I eventually want to brand them. But maybe that'll be for like another video where I go through like my whole setup for an event. Here, I think I even have like the old one that I made myself. So I printed this myself too, but yeah, it was like very, very, very basic. Just like one-sided, just off like one of those like Canon little printers, just the logo, and then a bit.ly to the QR code, which just routes to my Instagram. And then on this, all it said was your daily reminder to be Kilig for yourself too, because self-love isn't selfish. The yellow obviously looks very dull. I couldn't get the color right, things like that. But then now I have this. So it's again cool to kind of see like the transformation. So then like what usually comes on these cards, which I include in every single like shipped out package, and also like at events, I'll put this in. Your daily reminder to feel kilig for yourself because self-love isn't selfish. Then on the back it says, all items are homemade with love. Wearing each piece serves as your daily reminder to feel kilig for yourself. Filipino inspired. Kilig Ko is clothing with a cause to inspire. We weave a narrative that celebrates the soul of Filipino culture. And then our community, join the community of self-lovers, spread the love and celebrate the culture. Then on the top side, it says Kilig plus Ko. So under like Kilig right here, under that it says that butterfly feeling when you see your crush. And then Ko, which is short for a Ko, which means my or I am. So like feeling kilig is usually associated with love for another person, but why can't it be associated with love for ourselves? Kilig Ko represents a community of self-lovers. And so that's what I really want Kilig Ko to stand for. In general, just like, you know, feeling love, sharing the love, and like also just celebrating Filipino culture. That's kind of like the evolution of these two, which is pretty cool to see. The other thing is, I don't have it right now, but I messed up. In a good way. I ran out of my original packaging for my poly mailers, and I liked those ones. It had like the Kilig Ko logo, and it had this cute saying like, psst, open the light, it's dark in here, because a lot of Filipinos say open the light instead of turn on. So I thought that was kind of like cute because it's like obviously in a package, it's dark in there. So it's like as if it's talking to you, it's like open me up type of thing. So that's what I had. I had put in an order for another shipment. Unfortunately, I tried a different supplier this time and it wasn't the best. And so I'm not happy with it, but I also didn't want to waste it. And so what I had to do is basically put tape on top of the poly mailers where those words were. I just put, I don't know if you could see, I put tape on top of it so that it doesn't peel in the mail, because when it gets shipped around, I don't know how, you know, they're like throwing the packages everywhere. Here's a sample of like the one that I got when it got shipped over. It basically got like chipped. You can see that the paint's coming off already, all those like little specks and stuff. So I was just like, dang it, that's not like a good first impression. And even here, so I was like really sad about this. And so if you get one of those ones, I just want to say thank you for putting up with it, I guess, because it's not my favorite one, but I didn't want to waste the other, you know, like the pieces for it. And so just note that it's also like a testament to like everybody who had ordered from my shop online, because you had sold out like the original packaging, like I didn't have enough. Which is like a good thing, you know? So just know that I am working on getting a new shipment from a different supplier so that it actually has a logo and, you know, the feeling and the texture of it is up to my standards. So I recently found a different supplier. So now the tags actually look like this. I'm actually gonna redesign this again too. So once these run out, these are like the V1s. You're gonna see like V2s of these with different colors. I literally have to like put these together, find the hole, and then put the string onto it, and then put the pin onto it. So that's kind of like what goes into like every single shipped out order, is like being able to like package it like this. It says feel kilig for yourself every day, and then here it's just Kilig Ko. And then now, instead of like punching holes and the other things, I have a little pin, so that instead I'm just gonna pin it to the clothes. Basically went from this little thing to this, which is super cool to like see the growth. So I'm glad that I actually kept these. I'm probably going to keep like a keepsake box of like, this is me throughout the years and stuff. Oh, I actually do have something. So I don't sew. I'm learning how to sew. I mean, I kind of sewed during the pandemic, but it was never really anything substantial. But I want to learn to sew because for all of my clothes, I really do want to keep improving every single time. This is my box of stuff. It's where I keep all like the tags and stuff. I told you I have to like, I have to assemble everything myself. Oh, actually it's here. Okay, so I do have a DTF printer back there, and at the time I was testing out tags. So I haven't found the perfect way to do this yet, which is why I haven't been like fully customizing my tags. Again, that's like the next step. I'm never doing anything when I'm fully ready. I'm just doing it. and then improving as I go, because if I just wait till I'm fully ready, I will never be doing this on time. It will take me like forever. Here's a sample of like one of the ones I created. So this is to like heat press onto like the collars of the shirts so that it shows the size and like can brand me as like Kilig Ko. So I made a bunch of these off my printer, but honestly I wasn't happy with how they were, because I was like, in terms of like durability, I want something that lasts. And then on this, it's basically, it shows the size. It shows your daily reminder to feel kilig for yourself, and then homemade with lots of love, because I want them to know that like I hand make all of these. I mean, you see my equipment back here. I also like package these all myself. So like there's a lot of love that actually goes into each one of my pieces. So here is what I ordered. But I haven't got into actually using it just yet, because I want to learn how to, you know, fully sew before, you know, I can do this. But they're not woven labels. These ones are sublimation. I'll take a picture of this and probably put it over this. But my vision for this was that it's folded in half. So it's very, I guess like, you know, concealed. It'll have the size on the back. So right here it says 2X large, 2XL. And then the front, it says Kilig Ko. And then here it says feeling kilig. And what I would do, I would pretend like this was the back. Basically, I would sew it onto here like this. I'm not the best at sewing yet, which is why I haven't done it. But again, it's like, oh, if I'm gonna wait till I'm perfect, I'm never gonna do it. So I'm like putting this out there to force myself to do it and to just like learn. So just know that like this, I've been sitting on it for like, honestly, since November or December. It's currently February. And so I've been sitting on this for a minute. And I even took a sewing class, which I'll do another video on that afterwards. But it's just the fact that I, you know, have not been able to do this. But yeah, so that's like one thing that I'm gonna add to the packaging. That's kind of like what goes into it. I'm still trying to figure out how else I can improve the experience. So usually I give like stickers and like the art card, and then I do handwritten notes, because, you know, while I'm still like very small, I really want to be able to write as much as I can, because all the orders going out, it's like I'm very thankful for each and every one of y'all who order from my site, knowing that, you know, you're supporting a small business, you're supporting my dream, because I would love to be able to do this full time and to create more products. Right now, I know that I'm just like embroidering and stuff, but yeah, in the future, I do want to be making more like unique pieces and stuff, because I feel like that's really in my personality, is being able to create unique finds for, you know, other people, and add my personality into it with like, you know, the shared heritage, because with Kilig Ko, it's always like, you know, still evolving around like, you know, the Filipino identity. But yeah, that's all I wanted to share in this video. Thank you guys for coming along, and I'm excited for you all to see how this evolves throughout like the years, and honestly wherever Kilig Ko goes into like the future. Bye guys. Thanks again. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe and to follow me on socials, and then check out my website for more information on me. Bye.